Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Divine Brothers podcast. Before we were getting started here, I was thinking back to that odd time back in the day when people used to watch TV and you'd be flipping through channels. There was a time when the History Channel made the transition from documentaries about Hitler to Pawn Stars and survival shows, like can't remember if it was Discovery or History, but they had like Man vs. Wild, they had the Survivor Man, they had Surviving Alaska and stuff, and it wasn't exactly history, but I remember watching that stuff. Some of it was pretty good. Yeah. Did you ever watch any of that stuff, man?
It was a great marketing pitch. Yeah, absolutely. It was a historic time to be alive as a human because those episodes were pretty fucking good, man. They're pretty fucking
Mm.
good. I was just talking to a site in Alaska and we were talking about life. What was the name of that show? Life below?
I
Life
can't remember. It's
below
like
30?
Surviving Alaska. It was about a
Surviving.
family,
Yeah,
like a
but
family.
the main guy's name's like Jebediah or something like that.
Yeah, but
It's something
yeah.
fucking. I remember one episode where he's like, this guy can build anything. Like he's just anything he can do and he can make anything run. And there's this stump in the yard, like this huge old tree stump, and he can't get rid of it. And he's just like,
Mm.
God, son of a bitch, and he takes out his dynamite and he's gonna blow it up, and it doesn't work. And he takes out like
Wow.
he's like, that's it. He takes out every bit of dynamite, and he finally gets it out of the fucking ground. He's so proud of himself. He walks over and pees on it. He's like, you son of a
Victory.
bitch.
Yeah.
Peeing on the stove. I was like, that guy was a badass, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that's a moment of triumph, man. Like I think that I always think if I was a professional sports athlete, I'd love to, like, if I was a basketball player, I'd go right in the middle of a logo, spit on it, take my foot, rub it in,
Absolutely. Yeah. That way. That's
just to get the anger flowing, get the crowd totally pissed off,
why isn't there why doesn't somebody do that? It's just there's a huge niche right there and all these idiots, oh, thank you, Jesus and God and uh
The only one that came close was McGregor for a while. He was a true shit talker, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to exist. Like the hate is repressed. It expresses itself online on Twitter rather than on the court.
it's a damn shame,
Like
man. Hey,
uh,
do you ever think you could be like a subsistence living person, like growing up and just if you were, I don't know, you think you could ever learn those skills and actually enjoy that life?
my experience with all poverty, all like
Call it poverty.
restrictions. Yeah, well, I mean, what else would you call it?
Oh,
Uh,
you mean poverty, Chase? Well,
yeah,
here's a method of
yeah.
poverty.
Uh, it'd be interesting growing up in a way you didn't know any better.
Yeah.
But my experience of all that stuff is that it is horrifying for a few weeks, but then you're just a guy living in it. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like it kind of like prison. Like, it's horrifying for the first month, but then you're just a guy in prison, Like I think that's how pretty much everybody works. Yeah. Because I've had moments of real like self-denial where I've gone full monk mode and stuff like that. And yeah, I can do it. I've
You're, t
done it before,
you're
you
talking
know.
about nature, living in nature?
I'm talking about any kind of self-denial, right? Whether that's denying yourself civilization, denying yourself food, denying yourself
No, no,
like
no.
pleasure.
I'm talking about the Alaskan guy, like living off the grid, building your own cabin, hunting for yourself, like subsistence living.
Full off the grid now.
Yeah.
But I could live like on the edge, you know,
You think
kind of
so?
like, you in Hawaii, like just I'm on the edge. I'm not quite in the jungles of Pahoa, but I am in the suburbs of Pahoa. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good place to be. Right on the I don't want to deny like going to the store. Fuck that. Like that's too good to go to the store.
Some people really love that shit, man. Some of these natives, some of them have spent months just in the bush just because they had nowhere else to go. I'm like, you survive? Like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, fucking not me, man. I ain't got it. No fucking
I
way.
mean, and also like there's a difference between Hawaii and Alaska. Hawaii, you can find fucking food, you can fish, you can you're not gonna die of freezing. Whereas Alaska, good God, that's I, I'll put it to you this way: there is a reason that that was the last state added into the union. There was a reason the Russians were like, "Oh, you want this piece of shit that's next to Siberia? Okay, we'll sell it to you." Like there were much better places to settle. So
It
yeah,
I can't it's just there's a when there's like a large land predator that can come and get you at any time, it's just absolutely terrifying. Can you imagine growing up in Siberia, living in the woods? Like, yeah, we got the grizzlies and the brown bears and the Amur tigers they come around too. I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. I don't know how anybody
yeah,
lives there. I don't know how,
yeah.
good God.
I think about Australia all the time. Like, dude, everything wants to kill you here. You try to escape from the heat in the water. That's the most dangerous place in the water. Like it just, dude. But I will say, when you should go to Australia, Chase, because it was one of the few places on this earth where I said I could totally see it working here.
Yeah.
Like it was a great vibe. It was cool. I liked the people.
Yeah.
They felt like they felt like Southerners. They were misplaced, like yeah. So they ended up you having little conversations with you, and they're kind of ugly, kind of out of shape, but they all wear like sleeveless t-shirts, and stuff.
Yeah, my
Like
type of style, man. Every
yeah,
show I've
cool.
seen from the Australian side has been excellent. Excellent. Good dialogue, good humor, like just enough depth. They always talk about New Zealand. Oh, it's the pristine utopia. I'm like, yeah, but they kind of suck, I think maybe. I think Australia is
So,
the better
so
one.
I know a thing or two about New Zealand because I used to know some New Zealand people, but also like New Zealand's got an issue with people. Everybody leaves New Zealand for Australia. Like it's this big problem where
Really?
like they so here I know for a fact like I got some my South African friends. They're moving. Their goal is move to New Zealand because they're one of the few places that pay teachers.
Yep.
Like they'll give you citizenship and all that. But the reason why is because everybody's leaving.
Why?
You know, uh, well, my understanding is that it's just first of all, there's just not many people, right? Like so, even their biggest towns are just like a few thousand. You know what I mean? And all of the amenities that you come to expect. There ain't no trains there. There's no, they don't got any infrastructure. Like these are small fucking towns. There's no Walmart. There's no none of that shit. It's just like it's a big, beautiful, rugged place. But if you want to make money, you're not gonna go there. You want to make
Interesting.
money, you go to the big places. You know what I'm
You
saying?
you
So
have your money before you move there. That makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that seems to be what they say. Um, but my South African friends were like, "Yeah, we're going." I was like, "Why are you going?" They're like, "We're not going back to South Africa." I was like, "Oh, it's a fair point." And they can get citizenship if they go there. So
Really?
that's the plan. Yeah, they can't stay in China. They can't stay anywhere else. So go there and make a life. That's what they'll do.
I had a
Yeah,
doctor friend who just conversate occasionally and casually over the last couple months. Talked to this
yeah.
person occasionally over cases, and it's like, oh, where should I go on a vacation? I was like, oh, I'd go to Japan or New Zealand. So, oh, maybe New Zealand. I was like, yeah, man, they need professionals down there. It's a beautiful place. You could probably integrate easy if you ever wanted to make that choice. And talked to her in months. Hit me up. Yeah, I'm moving to New Zealand. I was like, really?
Whoa!
It's
Wow!
funny. I was like, that was my idea, bitch. But no way.
Wow!
Yeah.
That'll be. You should keep in contact. See what she says. New Zealand people are different. They're not Australians.
No.
They've got a passivity to them that I wasn't expecting. I also like. You ever looked at New Zealand politics?
With that haka dance, whatever they're dancing around those natives in the parliament or whatever it is. It's just like, what the fuck?
Fucking Maui or whatever. They
Mari. Yeah.
there's big tension between the natives and the people there. Like big tension. So it's interesting. Interesting.
Dean's
We'll
staying
see what
nice.
happens there.
It's funny because I saw the crime statistics once down there, and it's all the natives, man. It's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah. You,
tension,
yeah.
big tension. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
I remember during COVID they had the female prime minister. You remember her? Like
Okay, dude, she locked everybody out. I put in my application down there in COVID. And they took my money. They're like, "Oh, it's COVID. Sorry, we can't let you in, and we're taking your $400." I was like, "What the fuck?" I got it back though. I got like
Yeah,
350 bucks back.
yeah. They pretty sure that I'm pretty sure they got rid of her ass. You know, like she was like the most popular politician around. I think they and big like shift the other way after her. You know, they were like, "Oh, we're so proud of our female politician." But I think that the COVID shit really pissed
I
people
had
off
a
too.
client in Hawaii. She during the COVID, she was sailing around the world, and I guess
Cool.
it
Damn,
hits.
why don't you
No, no, no,
hang
no.
out with her, man?
It hits while she's sailing, right?
Oh,
So she
yeah.
gets word of this shit in the middle Pacific. She pulls up to New Zealand, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not allowed on land." She's like, "I need supplies. Like you're quarantined for like she was stuck on her boat with nothing for weeks. Like
Weeks.
they would not let her come ashore." I was like, "Good God, man, that's fucked up." She
Uh,
said it was brutal. Threatened to put her in
yeah.
prison and shit. Yeah.
What about food, man?
I
Like,
don't know. I
you know,
can't
give you something,
remember.
like put it on a stick, you know, give it to you. Like, good God, that's that's some brutal stuff,
Hey
man.
man, let's change it. Have you ever I went and had a beer with a buddy of mine and he's kind of a recluse, but this guy is like found out he's like an ultra athlete. He does those things that go 100 miles, like the really extreme fucking ones. You know what I'm talking about? Ultra marathon.
Oh yeah, like David Goggins and
He's
stuff. Yeah.
fucking ranked in the world. I'm like, that's why you're never around. He's like, yeah, dude, every day after work I run like 30 miles. I'm like,
Fuck that,
no
man.
joke. Showed me his phone, 30 miles, 40 miles, 32 miles. I'm like, every day. I'm like, how are you doing that? How is that possible? How do you have that type of, it blows my mind. People are built that way. Blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a built-in thing. You know, like I have a buddy who's into cycling,
How are they
and
built?
he's all about the numbers, and he's always showing me, I've improved this, I've improved this, I've improved this, I've improved this. It's a mindset. They're those kind of people, man, and we are not those kind of people. You
What?
know,
This guy, no
not at all.
music, nothing, just going. And he talked about, as we're
My
drinking, I'm
cycling
like,
buddy's the same way.
I was drunk. I
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, there's something wrong with you, you know?" And he's just like, "Man, I get to like this euphoric state, and I kind of like hallucinate sometimes, and it's the challenge. And sometimes I feel like I'm gonna like pass out, but I feel like I'm alive." And I'm like, "Man, those are things I try to avoid at all costs. Is severe
Yeah.
pain. You know, we're the hedonist, but this, I guess, whatever. What would you call someone that goes the opposite direction? I don't fucking know. I don't know what you call that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I guess it's a type of sadism, you know, or
it is.
yeah. I, I I I have heard of these hallucinations, and like people talk about them. Like if you go hard enough, you start seeing shit. You know, that's like a famous thing. There was a girl who was like the champion for a while, and she talked about like seeing crazy shit, like when she was deep, deep, deep into the run. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's how you get high, you know, and you earned the high. You didn't just take the drug; you earned it. You
I
know,
guess, man. So this guy, 100 mile race, but this like
what's he look
championship
like?
one that
What's he look like?
you would never know. You would never know.
Skinny, just like
Mm, you would never know. He looks like a normal dude. Yeah.
really. I
Yeah.
was
He's got
kind of like, you know, there's that runner's body, like that Kenyan. He's small, skinny, but he can
no,
read. He's got those. No, not like that.
probably like
Interesting.
5'9", 180, and he's got
Shocking.
big calves. If you could tell by the calves,
Yeah.
maybe. But his thing is like, dude, I made it 95 miles. 5 miles left, and they're like, you're not gonna make it. You don't have enough time. We gotta cut you. And he was just devastated. Like you
They didn't
could
let him.
tell it was eating
They didn't
his.
let him finish. What?
No, because with the time left and the pace it would have been impossible. You don't sleep. It's days. You go days straight,
Uh,
and it's up and down. And they're like, you got an incline. You got like 2 hours left. It's statistically impossible. We got to cut you because they were afraid he was going to die or something like that. I don't know. Brutal, man.
fuck.
But
Yeah.
he works a full-time job. That guy. It's just oh, man. I'm
It's his
not built
thing.
that way.
It's his thing, you
You,
know.
I
But Chase,
imagine
what you
a, I imagine a mind
what you
like
tell people?
a mind that doesn't sit still. Like to me, that guy is like if he went home, he'd be cleaning. doing something like he would need an activity to constantly stay
Who
occupied.
says it's a mind? Maybe it's a body thing. It's the body that can't be still, not the mind.
It could be a restlessness too. Sure, sure,
Sure,
both
sure.
could be both. So glad I don't have
So
either.
when somebody says, Chase, what is you? They share that with you. Like, yes, I run ultra marathons. And what do you do after work, Chase? What's your response, sir?
So today I was talking to this guy. He goes, Chase, semi interview, and he's like, "What are you passionate about?" He goes, "What are you And I go, brother, I truly am not passionate about anything. I have leans. I do not have a passion." And I was able to give
Sure.
examples, and
More interesting answer.
he goes, I appreciate the authenticity. He's like, I don't.
Mm,
I do
mm,
not have any. I'm a fence sitter. Nothing's ever really made me fall off and be like, I'm going to protest this, or you know what, I'm going to go and buy tickets to
yeah.
this. It's like, eh, eh.
Yeah, I have to say, I think, we were talking about the other week, superpowers. I think interviews are one of your superpowers. There have been multiple truly exceptional interviews you've had in your life. I think it's like how to crack the formality and the machine like nature of it, and suddenly people find themselves in a real conversation that they remember, you know?
There's one secret, and every time that's happened, it's only happened 3 or 4 times. Nothing's at
Mm.
stake. Nothing's at stake. I could care less if I get it or not.
That is the
Yeah.
Taoist way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
You're absolutely right though. Those are the best conversations when it's out of interview mode. Cannot stand fucking interview
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, but that was clever how you answered that question. I think that, see, one of the reasons I could never be a politician is whenever somebody asks me a question, I guess this is from like years of teaching. I always think, how can I answer as direct and clear as possible? You know what I mean? I never think about, you know, redefine the parameters of the question. Yeah. Somebody says, what are you passionate about? I'm thinking, okay, what exactly am I passionate about? And how am I going to express that precisely? Instead of saying, yeah, I don't have passion. I think
Yeah.
that's a better way of approaching that. Yeah.
He was on the phone call for half the interview and he left. And the other lady, we were talking after, and she's like, he's a very passionate person. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm his, I'm on the other end of the spectrum, you know? But I don't think that's a
I
bad
think
thing. I think it's like,
I
oh,
think
okay.
also, so somebody who's, see, I wonder if you're defined as a passionate person, how much of that passion is real? Because what I imagine is that you probably have the attitude of a passionate person, but there's probably only a few things you're genuinely passionate about. People may perceive that passion all around, but I bet you're more of a leaner than people realize.
Maybe. Or the vibe I got from this guy, because he also gave hints that this job burns people out and I have been
I,
burnt out. And I'm like,
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. I'm
But I
not
mean,
surprised at
people
all.
that
Yeah.
that are heavily passionate in certain fields can get burnt out unbelievably fast.
I will say, Chase, I have seen you burnt out before. I've seen it twice in my life, and it was you were a crisp. Chase was all ash. Like, it was rough. But I will say that the thing about those situations is that they were prisons, meaning there was no clear escape. It was not clear what was going to be next. It was the sense of, I am stuck in the midst of this, you know. So I wonder if burnout is still possible for you if you knew you were in a temporary prison. That I'm curious about that. Yeah.
Great point. I think you nailed it. I think the burnout, the crisp stage where you're just blackened completely is,
Yep.
oh, this is the rest of my life. Like that's when you just tap out. Yeah, you're probably right. Well said, brother.
Yeah. And it's me every day. Yeah. I do remember though, like so the one that really sticks out is when Chase was living in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I had showed up for a job. I was gonna live with him for a while, and I remember just I saw you and you were the thinnest I'd ever seen you. I'd never seen you that thin, and you were like, yeah, I stopped eating. It's possible for my brain to understand. What? what are these words coming out of your mouth and stuff? And there was this. I remember you would come home after the day, and the exhaustion was so palpable, and it wasn't like a physical exhaustion. It was like a just a mental. My environment is a vampire sort of exhaustion, like just sitting there, no blood, you know, and just laying on that couch and just being like, Jesus, I got to do it again tomorrow.
It's one of
It was rough.
a handful of conversations that I've had in my life, but that was probably one of the integral ones with you because I remember you were leaving. You stayed the summer, made your money, you were leaving. You're like, hey man, just to let you know, like, yeah, you've lost like 20, 25 pounds. You dumped your girlfriend, and you go to bed like at 7:30. Like, you should like change something.
Forgot about that.
And I was like,
Yeah, going to bed at 1:30.
fuck.
That's
I
not
was
good.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I just looked in the mirror. I was like, holy shit. Like I'm ready to go to bed. It's not even 8. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. Could not see it. I wasn't hungry. I had no fucking care at all what I looked like, and I just wanted to sleep as much as I could. And I was like, man, I need to like make a change. Like this is fucked up.
I,
But I couldn't see it myself.
let's stay in this little chapter for a moment. This is one of the rare moments in Chase's life where there was a stable girl, and I remember that this girl, she was beautiful, stunning girl. I really did. I think she was gorgeous, genuinely. Um, but I remember meeting her, and there was this real sense of like, oh, this is gonna sound mean. Just very, very real. Like I met her, she brought her to the airport, and she really wanted me to like her. She was forcing a conversation with me, and I had this feeling of, oh, I'm out of your league. You don't know how to contend with these kind of conversations. You know what I mean? And all that. I liked her. I grew to like her over time, but that feeling of it's not right. I just knew in my heart it wasn't right. This isn't the one. That sort of thing. And I was curious about like your experience with that. Was it? Did you have in the back of your mind that feeling of this is temporary, or were you toying with, maybe I couldn't hang with this chick for an extended period?
Synopsis of all that was that she was stunning and
Yeah.
and the sex was incredible. And that kept me on a high for a long time. And but I could tell you, I always knew from the get-go that this is a conversational mismatch. She struggled to keep up with, she was
Hmm.
good at her own things. I'm not saying, but it was
Uh,
just, yeah, it wasn't. And the biggest thing for me, I remember I brought her home for Thanksgiving once, and our dog Nitro. I remember Nitro was like, he gave this mini little girl, and I was like, yeah, yeah. He totalated her. I was like, that's good enough because I trusted his
I
judgment more than
didn't
anybody.
know that. That really makes me laugh. Oh my god.
Because he loved
Uh,
women, and he was like,
eh, meh. Not a really a growl, just a.
he was just like, what? Who is this? Get away from me. Yeah. So
One. This is a weird memory I have, but I remember. I remember one time. So this girl was from the Bahamas, and one time you went meet her family and all that. And I think she had a sister who passed, some kind of terrible cancer or something like that. And I remember you talked about her dad, and her dad had some kind of foot medicine. Do you remember this? Like it was like a foot
it's a
bath sort of thing.
detox, man, from your feet.
Color.
Yeah, it would change colors. Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounded really interesting. And then the more I thought about it, the stupider it sounded. But I've always kind of wanted to try it. Because didn't you say like different colors came out of your feet and
Yes,
stuff
it
like that? Yeah,
it was
yeah. I
it was the
remember
only
this. I
one that
remember
really.
this, man.
It's a foot detox, some little machine. And he was like, look, whatever color comes out of your feet, that's what you have. So he's showing me all the color. It would be interesting to see what comes out of your feet. I remember every fucking color came out of my foot. Like it was blue, it was
What?
purple,
Every color.
and he's like, oh, I've
Like,
never
oh my
seen
God, you're
that. And
full of poison.
I was like, oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. But that was the one I actually
Yeah.
kind of thought was it because it left a substance. It didn't just change it left particles of something. Like there was,
Something was coming out of you.
yes, there was
Yeah.
waste that came out of my feet. It was weird. I need to look that up.
The Chinese are absolutely mental
That's where
about
he got
clean
it. He
feet.
went to China to get all that
Yeah.
shit. That's where he learned it.
Yeah. Dude, they are. it is like their Chinese people wash their feet, like they will soak their feet every day. Wu Yin does it 3 times a week, like
What?
a foot soak, yeah, and some herbs and stuff like that, or some tea.
Does
And
anybody want to touch your feet? Probably not, though, right?
my feet have gotten a lot better, man,
You
because
shave them and you take
Wu
care of
Yin
them?
demanded it, not the shave.
Absolutely.
But the one who makes me shave. She's like, you see this? When I came back to America, like it was the first thing she did. She's like, we are going to a pedicure right now. And she, little Vietnamese girl, she's like, I don't know what you can do to these hobbit feet, but for God's sakes, please wax them. Like, okay, 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 I'll do it, do it.
So you
And stuff.
do you keep the hair off your feet now? Because it looks way better without the hair.
No,
Come on, bro.
no,
You go with
dude,
the Hobbit foot? Come on.
bro.
Come on.
First of all, I'm set in the relationship department.
I
I don't
don't
need
know.
to
That could
impress
cost eventually that could break him, you know? He might
Second
just
of
give you
all, like I'm never in Beijing. There's no flip. You don't wear flip flops. You don't wear sandals
fair
ever,
enough. Fair
ever.
enough.
So
If you were somewhere where you had to wear flip-flops, would you?
no, I don't care. I people have always. I do not care.
But
Makes me more masculine.
you care
Yeah.
enough to take a shot to lose weight. How's that going, buddy?
Wien's taking it too. No,
What the
everybody's
fuck?
saying.
He's not even, well, there's
Uh,
nothing to that kid. Why is he
I
taking
know.
it?
I know. It is shocking. The other day
Wade?
I mean, you become more sensitive, you know what I mean? Like, we went and had something called mala shangua, which is one of my favorite things in China, and
Sounds
spicy
good.
meat. But anyways, I'm like 7, 8 bites, stop, and then
Eh.
shit in bricks later.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, you know what I fucking figured out? This is, man, this was unbelievable. I felt like I had discovered like hidden treasure in my kitchen. I had some I was just flipping through YouTube the other day and there's this guy who he it was fucking clever. He makes YouTube recipes that are famous. Like how they have like a little recipe that's like 20 seconds long, like just add this, add this, add this, and then
I've
he'll
seen him.
really make it.
I've seen him.
Yeah, and like sometimes it's like terrible. He's like, this is totally fuck this recipe. But he had one where he took a rice cooker and he made banana bread. And I had some leftover bananas that none of us were eating. I was like, well, rice cooker banana. Like, I don't have an oven. So I was like, all right, let's do this or whatever. Chase, it was the best fucking banana bread of my life. I
Really?
could not believe how good it was. It
Really?
was so fucking good. Yeah, it was unbelievably tasty. It didn't look good. Like it looked weird, coming out of the rice cooker, but the taste was fan fucking
I love good
tastic.
banana bread. It's delicious.
Ah,
You know what we should
easy.
do? I came up with an idea for a channel. So that guy makes, all right,
Yeah.
somebody does the quick fixing thing on a short. He
Yeah.
does it, he replicates it, right? And then he gives his opinion. We replicate him. We'll do a third. We'll just step in
The
and replicate the
third.
guy.
Yeah. There was the triple bang. How
Triple.
about this, Chase? Have you ever seen like that there's like huge, apparently these are really big with women, like relationship channels where they give like relationship advice and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Or have you ever seen those Reddits, Am I the Asshole? You ever seen those on Reddit or
you
whatever?
read there's one famous master's level
They're all
kung fu.
terrible.
There,
They're
it's
all
horrible.
terrible.
I hate watch. I
Yeah.
can't watch it. I can't watch. His advice is just nauseating. I mean, some of it's good, but I'm like, the fact that he would choose to do this for a job, putting his face out there, being a relationship expert, disgusts me. Did you see the famous fake therapist, like Indian chick? Like she gives the,
Oh.
oh, and high value woman, and you're only going to date these certain, like she gives, they're pretty good videos. And then they did like a docs on her. It's like, she's not a doctor and she's fucking married men with money, like she's just the biggest hypocrite.
Just bullshitting.
She's a
Yeah.
bullshitter, man. I'm like, why would you ever put your face out there as an expert in relationships? You would get
Why
crucified.
say doctor? I
Yeah.
remember that was the thing. I remember like first I was Frasier with the talk show and stuff, but me and mom, I
Dr.
remember
Fraser
driving
Crane
around.
here. Yes.
Here's Crane. But I remember me and mom. This was at the very beginning when we were first moved to Dallas. Before she got into talk radio, before she got into like Rush Limbaugh and all that, we used to listen to this woman called Dr. Laura, and it was a relationship. It was like Fraser Crane. It was like people call in and stuff like that. And I remember her advice was terrible. I always thought it was fucking terrible. I was like, this bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. But mom loved it. So listen to it all, Dr. Laura. Dr. Laura. I remember that.
I,
Yeah.
I,
It could be you, Chase. Call it.
I remember I went to this ridiculous fucking psychology somatic fucking training once in Arizona. This woman had her own clinic and everything. It was on relationships, trauma, she did it all. She had her own theory.
Yeah.
She came in the last day and everybody wanted a picture of her and all this shit. And she just was vent like she could tell she just didn't give a shit. She goes, "Yeah, and that fucker's taking half. So, I just let him take half." And I'm like, "Is she talking about her husband?"
Oh. Oh, fuck. Okay.
She she was this relationship expert, trauma expert, and she might have been a little drunk. She's like 80. She's like,
Wow.
fuck him. I said he could have half, and I don't care anymore. And I'm just like, damn, man, you're
Kind of
people
a
are like,
movie
okay,
moment. I like
that's
this.
enough.
Yeah.
You could step aside. Like all these little zealots following her. They're like, you want a picture? I was
Jason's
like,
like, no, no, no. Let her keep going. Let her
yeah,
keep
it's like,
going.
I don't want a pic. I don't
Tell
want
us
a
more,
fucking
you know?
picture. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Wow. See, I like, but there is nothing quite like an ironic fall. You
There,
love to see somebody high and mighty go down.
So way back, I'm talking 10 plus years ago. What's that Iranian guy that does the interviews? David.
DVD,
Yeah,
Patrick Bet David. Yeah.
he's young. He's got a shaved head and he's interviewing a younger Jordan Peterson. And they're fucking, and he's like, yeah, you're rising up and you're a political figure and you're this Harvard grad. And he goes, they're going to come for you. And Peterson, unbelievably kind, he goes, I know. I've sat my family down. We have prepared for this. Like we have talked about
Man.
we know what's coming. And looking at him
Yeah,
now,
right.
getting put in comas to get out of fucking getting off I'm like, you had no idea.
Dude,
Like if he
I
knew what
haven't
he
seen
never
him
would
in
have
like
done it. Yeah, he would
I haven't seen
never.
him in
You
yeah.
never put yourself out there as a psychological expert. They will kill you. People will
Yeah.
absolutely kill you. Yes.
Do you know when I knew it was over? Oh man. Have you ever seen, these are some of the worst videos on YouTube. Have you seen the like where they got one person versus like 12
Oh my God.
extremists?
Bro, it's
When
horrible.
Peterson went on that, like it, oh man, it was over. I was like, this guy, like he went into the lion's den, and God was not there to protect him. You
Really.
know, yo, God, it was
You know
that.
who's got in there right now? It's that Officer Tatum. He did it. And
I don't know who Officer Tatum
the
is.
black guy, he's a ex-police, he's some conservative. Dude,
Okay.
these comments are if you are not with Team Black and you're black, I mean, these comments are horrible. Tap dancing, Uncle Tom, N-word this, someone needs to take you out in your white. I'm like, the shit people say online is just like, oh
I
my God, bad.
this was going back to Florida. I remember that this was a like a genuine opened my eyes sort of moment. Chase's girlfriend that we were just talking about, she was from the Bahamas, and he had a friend, Devonovan. You know
Devon.
this guy, the big dude. Yeah, and they were black people, but they were not American black people. They were from the Caribbean, I guess, and their vibe was totally different. Like I remembered the way Gina spoke. I had never heard somebody speak like that. It was like an American. It was a little bit cleaner than an American accent.
Touch of British, man. Yeah.
Yeah, she would say weird things too, like, "Oh, Chase, you're such a clown. You're such a clown." You're like, "What? What? Clown? What? Like, he's gonna try to kill you or something? I don't understand this." And that DeMadre, he was like, if anybody's ever seen Barbados Slim from Futurama, he did like he talked like the voice was really this deep, and like that. It was. I never thought that my mind was entirely defining black by American, raised in America, black. And I had no idea that that culture could diverge in different ways. I guess, you learn these things when you get older and stuff.
I,
But that was eye opening. I was like, oh, fuck, it doesn't hell have to be this way. Yeah.
I tell I went to the Bahamas twice, both times surrounded by her entire family in a country of 98% black. Never once, not once in weeks over there did anybody mention me being white, ever. They
Yeah.
were so
Yeah.
cool on the beach everywhere.
Yeah.
When I taught in Asia and had maybe 20% of the students were black and I had to counsel them, nothing. Never about way. They
No.
talk about their own little border disputes in Africa and how much they didn't like African Americans.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, oh man, this is like a That's yeah, you're right. It
dude.
was it was all we knew is that black shit in
Yeah,
America, man.
you bringing me back. Do you remember there was this girl that he was dating? She had an uncle, kind of fat guy. I
Oh
can't
no, it
remember it, but
wasn't
he was so
fat.
cool. What
Steve,
was his
Steve,
name?
Steve, man.
Uncle Steve. Yeah, man. I remember he showed you that. What was that island he had? He
Zuma,
knew some
Zuma, something like that. Zuma,
Zuma.
like Zuma or
Yeah, I
something.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that guy
He
because
just wanted to go back to this tropical island. That's all he wanted. He's like, man, I want to go
oh,
back to the island. I got a wife and kids. Want to go back to my island. I was like, man, that sounds like a great
stuck,
place.
stuck in America,
He
man.
he talk
Stuck in
about being
South.
on that island for hours. He's like, I love it. Just fish and sleep and it's fantastic. It's like, yeah, man. Great, yeah, man.
Oh man, that's something special. See, I remember there was this I ran into him because I was helping Chase's old girlfriend move. And I remember this was shocking. This was shocking. Like she I am very grateful that I have enough money not to have roommates.
Man.
Like just I cannot imagine how terrible it must be to like you don't have a choice. You got to get a roommate and you don't know these people. You know, like they just don't know what they're like. You don't know their personalities. You know what their habits are. You know, and stuff like that.
It's a horrible
And
situation, man. Yeah.
she was moving into a house with people who did not like her. They wanted nothing to do with her. And I remember she came in and they forced her
Uh,
into
all
like
right, man.
there was no
Let's not
discussion. Oh, sorry.
no more of this personal
All
shit.
right.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What are we doing?
Well,
Oh
it's not about you. It's about
my God.
somebody gone.
Yeah, right. She's gone. Yeah. Let's talk about another topic that I got down here. Because small communities, I nepotism, man. Putting and propping your family. I saw this in Hawaii. I'm seeing it where I'm at now. Is this inevitable? If you get a little bit of power in a small community, do you raise up your own? I mean, I think it's just, it seems like it's just, is this what happens in history? Is it just inevitable, Dean? Or do some people actually do the right thing? The right thing.
This is interesting because in China, nepotism is like so deeply ingrained in the culture that it's not really looked at as bad.
Hmm.
It's just seen as what you do, you know?
Like it's
Um,
like an instinct almost, like you can't
so
deny it.
Wu Yan has a friend uh, whose father is a professor at Tsinghua University. Now, in terms of reputation, it is hard to do better than like professor at China's top university. Like that is an unbelievably high level prestige job in China, right? And so this kid he was an artist like Wu Yan, but you know, not as good as him and stuff like that. Just like kind of average kind of. I met him. He's like a little fat kid, that sort of thing, you know. And anyways, I this kid is set. And his entire life, he's been set. He's never made a choice in his life. His family was just like, yeah, you're going to Tsinghua. Yeah, you're not going to be taking the Gaokao, which is their big exam, you know. Yeah, we've got this job lined up for you. Yes, you're going to be in line to get the professorship once I die, you know. And this
Oh, you
kid,
hand it to your son, Professor? Really? Wow.
it now, here's the thing. You never say it out loud, but it is understood. It is understood. And everybody accepts that this is how it works. This is just how it has always worked, and you do not fight it. You just accept it and you find a different place, you know?
Damn. It's
Yeah.
a it's not a good or bad thing. It's just it's an instinct thing. Like this is how it's supposed to be.
It's
I'm
reality.
preserving it's reality.
It is reality, you know? Now, again, you can never say it out loud because if you say it out loud, they will totally call
Well,
it out.
let me ask,
But
does the
that's what it
quality
is.
degrade if this is the
Yes.
route that it always
Inevitably.
degrades, right? Yeah,
Inevitably.
right.
Inevitably. And this is the story of Chinese history. Like Chinese history is like
Roman
these
history too, right?
unbelievable, like administrative, bureaucratic super machines that start off like super amazing, but then the corruption takes it down. Like, see, right now, here, like after Mao, like we are at this incredible peak of Chinese like power and like growth and all that, but they are beginning to enter the first generation of corruption. And a few more generations, maybe like 100 years, it'll all just be rotten to the core and it'll collapse, you know, and the cycle begins again. You know, that this is what happens, you know.
Fucking interesting, man. Yeah, I see it on a smaller scale here, but it just yeah, it seems to always erode and nothing gets done. But I never thought of that this is just how it is. It's an interesting Asian, very Tao, Confucius perspective, man. I like that.
Ideal. There's also this idea that in Asia, particularly in like Confucian customs, there is this idea that the good father produces the good son. You know what I mean? Like they believe that like virtue is hereditary. You know, a
Mm,
brave man breeds a brave son,
that's
you know, that sort of thing.
bullshit, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
What
Confucian
was Marcus
ideology.
Aurelius's son? What was him? Who was he? Lunatic.
Commodus,
Right, he's the
you know,
lunatic,
from
right?
Gladiator, you know, it's
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix, baby, you
Yeah, he
know,
produced the
yeah, yeah,
noble son. That's right. Yeah. The
that's right.
scholar.
Commodus, yeah. Do you remember Gladiator? I feel like people forgot that movie, man. That was a great little movie, you know, back in the day.
I don't think anybody forgets Gladiator. It was a pivotal, it was a transitional movie for many. Yeah.
When I was like, you know how you sometimes you remember things as a kid, and for some reason I had memorized like when I was maybe 10, I memorized his speech when he takes off his helmet and looks at
Millions
Commodus.
of people have memorized that speech.
It's great. And I was like, my name is Marcus, Marcus Maximus Meridius, Maximus Decimus Meridius, generals of the armies of the North, commander of the Phoenix Legions, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Damn.
It was such a great. I remember that it was so cool as a kid. You know, you're just like, this is the greatest thing ever.
That's
But
back. That was a moment where like Russell Crowe was the perfect person to play that role. He wasn't
yeah,
handsome,
he was the man for a
he
while. Yeah,
wasn't ugly, he wasn't jacked, but he was fit. Like he looked like he really was a Roman legionnaire back in the day.
Australian.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Reincarnated as an Aussie, but perfect casting. Perfect.
Something's. I don't know. Australia does something like this. I think this is a proof that when I was in Australia, it was Hawaii was like this too. I guess this is what like beautiful places do. Like it was the total extremes of extremely handsome and extremely ugly. Like it was both. There was no in between. It was just like these unbelievably hot, super ripped surfer dudes and just big, fat, disgusting hillbilly people missing teeth. Like it was both extremes, and I liked it. I liked that feeling. I felt like I was the balance between these two people. It was nice.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
You went
yeah.
to yoga class and were ashamed. That's what you did in Maui. It's just like, yeah, I can never come
In
back here.
Maui, yeah. Oh man, that was unbelievable. I still remember like that. That was elite, elite. I will give that guy credit. It was a cult, yes, but it was his cult. He was
Then you
running
go into
it.
that gym and you're like, oh, I need to get in shape before I come here. This is unacceptable.
Unbelievably handsome people. Like I remember like I don't know. See, I feel, Hattie, I don't know how you feel about this, right? In a gym, who is the king? The crazy, super hot, in shape girl or the crazy, super in shape guy?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. It's definitely
I
not my gym right now. Yeah, so I don't know.
I think it's the girl because I think the girl feels the eyes upon her. You know what I mean? And there was this one chick. She was always training with her either partner or something. I don't know. It was a guy, who was jacked, but she was fucking just smoking. And I remember being up high in that middle place, on my little bike,
I remember them.
watching him. And
Yeah.
everybody was watching him.
It
Everybody
was a
was like, oh,
spectacle. Yeah, they even had all the outfits. I think they like handpicked those
yeah,
outfits
the
really.
outfit. They were those were show off. Those were not outfits that were made to make running easier. Those were outfits to
It
show some
depends on the
courage.
gym you're in. Now, Vic and I used to go to this gym in Colombia. It was horrible
Right?
because there was way too many attractive women, and they were all being trained by a couple of trainers, and they would be on multiple machines at once, and they were videotaping everything. It
What
was
you do?
awful.
That's
It
what you
was
do.
awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Doing little skits for YouTube and shorts, and I was like, man, I gotta fucking get out of here. It's horrible.
Have you seen the AI porn? Have you
Yeah,
seen how is it getting better?
it's exceptional. I mean, especially,
Like,
all right,
like is
so
it gonna kill OnlyFans?
yes, at some point. So if you just
Uh,
ask it to generate something, you can tell it's fake. But if you take like a real porn photo or movie and like, hey,
Yeah.
make this face on this fit body with this kind of back.
Right.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
Wow. Goddamn. That's pretty
That's
amazing,
good.
man.
That is kind of comforting that OnlyFans and this fucking these people looking pretty and getting money is it's all gonna end soon. It's good.
It's got to, right? Like
Has to.
the OnlyFans age, it was kind of short. What was that? Like a decade?
Well,
Like a
it's still
decade?
around. It needs to die.
Yeah.
Now, this shit with, all right, I'm mildly attractive and have a great body, and I'm gonna get sponsors because I take pictures of myself lifting weights. No, that needs to end too. It's got to end.
I do hate it because it's really even in China, it's taken over.
Yeah.
Like, it's just everybody they come into the gym with their tripod, you know, just set up this shit and they take up like a 10-meter square space, you know, and you're just like, dude, just
You
you're
don't know what you're
really
asking for, dude. It's the same thing as being, you want to be a mental health expert on relationships. It's suicidal. You might as well be suicidal. If you're a fitness model, you can never get out of shape ever. There's no expectations.
yeah.
So
Man, it is interesting. So the girl who's the worst about it, they're these two middle-aged women. Like, you can tell they're like post-divorce. They took all the money, and they just may and they are in shape. They are
good
in
for them.
shape,
Good for them.
but they are one of them in particular suffers from like imagine like a stereotypical Chinese face from the 1950s. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just not attractive. What
Forgettable.
Americans must think of when they think about Chinese. Like if you
Forgettable.
think of a
Yeah.
stereotypical
Sure.
Chinese face,
Yeah.
like eh, she does not have it in the face. And she is the one who is recording everything. Like maybe it's a confidence thing, and she's got a great body. She does, but that face, she will never escape that face, you
Bro,
know?
this is most of the fitness center inner influencers in America. Like these amazing bodies. I'm like, it's interesting because you do everything you can to hide this face and you give these angles like because it's mid. It's just like a
Yeah.
bland, like, you got the body, but the face is a butterface. Yeah.
Yeah, butterface. Yeah. That was the old Howard Stern expression, man. Butterface.
So, one last thing, just because we hit it on it last time, I was shocked that you watched The Smiling Friends. I haven't watched it in a year, but it was a great show. There were some fantastic episodes. I was
Yeah.
curious what stood out to you. Did you have a favorite moment? Because there were some really good ones.
There were a lot of good ones. It's kind of been a while since I've watched it. I,
Me
I
too.
think that I think just what I really appreciated was the conversations between Pim and Charlie. They were very real sort of
Yeah,
conversation.
they were so
Like
good, man. Yeah.
yeah, they were fantastic. I suppose my favorite bit is even though it's incredibly stupid, is Alan, the red guy, and the landlord. And like, the landlord just wants to get high with him and play Burnout Revenge 2 on the PS2. And like that's it. And he goes through all this elaborate stuff just to get him to hang out with him. And I love that sequence. And all the comments in the video are just like, actually, it is really hard to hang out with people these days. It's just that's
What's that little
I
green
love it.
fucker's name? What's his name? Gloop? Yeah.
Glep is great. Yeah.
So so he does that, and I don't know why. Sometimes you watch somebody. I pick that up. So it works sometimes when I'm in my office or I'm walking down the hallway. I'm like, "Up, up, 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 up," just do the little glip noises. And the girl
You
at
got
the
to do the
front,
dance too.
no, I did the noise. And the girl the other day, actually last week, she came in the front desk girl. She goes, "Why do you make those noises?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes like, "Dub, dub, dub, dub." I was like, "Oh." I was like, it's a stupid show. I'm sorry. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand. But I love the
I
way
was
he
not sure
talks.
that.
He's like, yeah,
He gets
yeah.
angry too.
Dude, have you seen his episode? He's been around forever,
Yeah,
man. Like he doesn't, yeah, he's
yeah.
been
He's
around
been
from the
since Roman
plague.
times.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
ancient, ancient fucker.
They wanted to kill him, and he spit on him and caused the
He
plague and
killed
killed everybody.
everybody. Yeah,
He's
that's
also got a smoking hot girlfriend too. He's got a crazy, and he lives in a mansion, like smoking hot girlfriend from Russia. That sort of thing. Yeah,
Russian mail order pride. Good
yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. Did you like Mr. Frog?
Yeah, he's all right. He's okay. I don't
I'd
like
say
it
that was the most famous moment from the show, the Mr. Frog thing.
when he
Yeah.
argues with his father.
No, just the Mr. Frog in general, I think,
Oh,
yeah,
like Mr.
yeah.
Boss has got some good moments too, you know. It's some of his little freakouts,
His
little
accent,
freakouts.
he sometimes becomes Southern and he gets dark and like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
some crazy stuff,
some,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right.
There's you ever seen the one where him and Alan have cookies together?
Yeah, I was
You
thinking
ever
of that
seen
when he makes his cookies and it's just what the fuck is going on, man? What's going on, man?
that? Sorry. Nobody, if they haven't seen this show, they're gonna have no idea what we're
No.
talking about, man.
I
But
told you
here's
to
the
watch
important.
that though. I'm glad you did though. It's a great show. Yeah.
There was some pickpocket scene. That's like the tiniest scene in the entire thing. They get their pickpocket, the thing flying around, right?
I forget his name, the pickpocket guy. What was his name?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I don't know.
That was my
Again,
favorite moment was that guy. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, it's too bad. All right.
steal
No one's gonna
everything.
know what we're talking about. Yeah.
I see. Do we not talk about the middle-aged dying man before?
No, that was the last one. It's all
Oh,
you, man.
2 weeks ago, man, I was at the spa and I, uh,
Oh, the
I
Korean
had to
guy
like,
that was dying of
oh, so I already talked about this. Chase, you're dropping the ball, man.
sorry, man.
Dropping the ball.
Oh, good.
The,
Good.
I guess I will bring up one last thing. Um, can you watch baseball?
No. You know what?
Okay.
I watched the last couple innings of the World Series in Game 7. I did, and it was still not that
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So again, I'm still watching PTI, and it's that terrible time where it's just baseball. It's nothing else going on. You know what I mean? Like, and because of that, like, it's just all baseball. They're talking about trades and shit. And I like the attitudes of baseball players seem to have some crazy egos, and they still got some anger in them and stuff like that. And I liked watching I like watching teams that are dying and players are begging to leave. They're like, I don't want anything to do with this
But
garbage organization.
you know the thing
Yeah.
about baseball, they get paid more because they play more. They get paid obnoxious amounts, and then they're like, "Oh, we're the
Uh,
best athletes." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I've watched the baseball game.
what? They
You
say
guys
that?
just sit there, and then you go stand there, and maybe an entire game you might run 100 yards. That's it. That's I
Yeah.
just you're not an athlete. You know, you got this huge
So what's your
ego.
what sport to you has the best athletes? I got my answer,
What is your answer?
but what's your answer?
What's
I'd
your
say
answer?
basketball. I think that that's where you get the freaks, and also, like it requires the most coordination, the most like you're running up and down. Yeah, I'd say basketball probably. I think the best American physical specimens are playing basketball.
Hand-eye coordination, maybe. Maybe. But if you're
Mm.
talking muscle
All right.
mass and endurance and strength and what you can do with leverage, I don't know, man. Best athletes are American football and basketball for sure. But worldwide, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soccer, I guess. Huh? Is that where they are? Badminton. That's where they are.
Who
Badminton.
fucking knows, man, at this point.
All right. We'll call it there, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit light today, but I felt like we had some good stuff in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for listening to the brothers. Bye bye.